Hello, my name is April. My friends call me Jelly. This is my channel, Fat to Keto. It is where we can come together and discuss the keto lifestyle. I don't really like to call it a diet because it's the way my life is going to be from now on. It has been for over 20 months and it will continue to be. I guess we can start off by me telling you I'm going to make a lot of mess ups in this video. I'm going to get tongue-tied and I don't know how to edit. So it's just going to be in there, me being stupid. And sometimes I'm going to forget where to look at the camera and accidentally look at myself to make sure my hair is in place. So I'm apologizing for all that right now because that's just going to happen. And since it was such a beautiful day today, I've decided to film on the porch. I hope that's okay with everyone. I was like, why be in a stuffy house? The birds are out, the sky is blue. Hopefully the sun is not too bad in the camera. But yeah, so let's get started. So my starting weight in 2016 was 368 pounds. I managed to lose 68 of those pounds doing what I didn't even know what to call it back then. So basically, I ate broccoli and cheese, I ate celery, I ate cucumbers, and I ate a lot of boneless, skinless chicken breasts and extremely low sodium. I didn't put sodium in anything I ate. And that was my diet for months and months and months and months. And it was very boring, tasteless, horrible. And of course, I did drink coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker, but at that time, I was still drinking the icky, horrible creamers, those powder ones and the refrigerated ones, and yeah, I drank a lot of those things, but the sugar-free ones, but of course tons of carbs and wasn't even paying attention to that part. But I did lose that weight, but I got sick of that kind of diet and gained 30 of it back, went back to 330. So let's speed up in time to the summer of 2017, 330 pounds. And I decided that enough was enough. I saw on my Facebook that a friend and her EMT people were all trying this diet called keto. The first picture was her eating bacon. I was like, what diet lets you eat bacon? I have tried Weight Watchers. I have tried an ice cream diet before. I've tried soup diets. I've tried salads. I've tried everything since I was 16 years old, and I'm 41 years old now. And no diet has ever let me eat bacon. And I was like, okay, let's try this stupid, insane diet. Like, I'm really going to lose weight eating bacon and cheese and butter and heavy whipping cream. How is that even possible? Well, yeah. Don't forget you got to cut out your carbs. Total net carbs go down to 20. And I did it. And by December, I was down to 270. And I was not strict. And I was very lazy, dirty keto. And I was not tracking other than the carbs the best I could. There were carbs hidden that I didn't know about because I was very naive, thinking bell peppers are fine, green beans are fine, black-eyed peas are fine. Like, I didn't do enough research yet. I listened about the sugars, the breads, and all that. Well, that February, I did tons of research. I watched every single video at that point that Keto Connect on YouTube has ever made, especially their sugar ones. I watched everything on Dr. Berg. He's great, but I can't follow his plan. I can't eat 7 cups of vegetables a day. They raise my sugar too high. Can't do it. And then later I discovered Dr. Berry, and I watched him all the time. And there were a few others that I watch as well. The channel High Fat, I don't know what they've changed it to, but it's basically, it's Aaron and Sarah. I'm going to have to look up the actual new name they changed their channel to, but I love watching them on Sundays when it's Sundays with Sarah. And I love the tests and everything else, and I watch Aaron on everything else. But I actually started watching their channel the week Sarah decided to give keto a chance. And at this time, I was starved because, yes, in February, I was like 260. And then I did drop by summer to 240. And then I stayed there for months. And then by Thanksgiving, I was 213. And then all of a sudden, I was back to 230 come December. January, I was weighing in at 235. I was at my boyfriend's house in Hawaii and in tears because I had worked so hard and this weight was just coming back and I couldn't figure out why. Well, yeah, I drank about 5 to 10 cups of coffee a day with 3 to 5 sweet and lows per coffee, not realizing that the FDA doesn't have to put that there's really almost 1 carb per sweet and low, but because it's under, they can put 0. And out of all the videos and everything, that just never clicked in my head about sweet and low, that each one of those packs basically is 1 carb. So if I'm doing like 15 packs a day, right there is 15 carbs. Not to mention the heavy whipping cream, not to mention the other food I'm eating. And yeah, so I was way over my limit without even realizing it. It's the little sneaky thing called hidden carbs. It's where big foods try to lie to you. It is almost 1 carb, but they don't have to tell you that. So now, when it says 0 carbs, I add a carb no matter what. I've decided everything's got a carb in it. So, the 1st of February, I came back from Hawaii and went crazy on keto. I was weighing in at that point at 237. And I decided no more. I went total carbs. Oh, my AC, I'm sorry if it's loud. I went total carbs instead of net carbs. I dropped it down to 17 a day total carbs. I downloaded carb management. I'm going by what it tells me to do. My calories are 1,300 a day almost. I upped my protein a little and lowered my fat. I only eat about 45 to 50 grams of the fat a day, so I'm half what it should be, and there's a reason. The fat is used for your energy. Well, I still have plenty and had plenty of fat to lose, and I just figured I don't need it for my energy and I feel just fine, so it can eat it out of my own body. No, it sounds gross, but that is truly what happens. So as of April 1st, I weighed 198. So I dropped all those pounds in about 2 months. However, anyone who does keto for a long time and has tons of weight to lose, you know, you drop a lot and then you shoot back up some. So I went back to 213. And I've struggled the whole month of April to get back down to 198, which I did this morning. I am now 198 again. And it wasn't from what I was eating. It's just your body fighting back. Sometimes it just happens. Your body's like, no, you're not. We're going back up. And it's mostly just fluid. But my stomach's full. I was very devastated because my stomach was swollen more than usual. But it's back down. My stomach's back flat. And I'm happy. I got 50 or so pounds still to lose, and I'm going to try to do a video every day why I lose that weight. I'm not really sure where I want to stop 100%, so it could be more than 50 pounds or less, but I seriously don't think it's less. I want to be in a healthy range, and I am 5'7", 41 years old, and for my weight and height, they say I should be anywhere into 125 to 160 at the highest. So, whatever I feel best at and look best and have the most strength is where I'm stopping. I will tell you, today I had a non-scale victory, as people call it. I have not gotten to wear a dress for over 22 plus years, because any big girl knows when you have big thighs, they chafe. They could bleed. They cause so much pain. But today, not that y'all can really see it, and I don't really know how to fix the camera, but I am actually in a dress today. You just can't really see it. I'm also going to try to insert pictures, but I do not know how to edit videos, so I might just leave a link down to my Facebook group page. I don't really have anyone added on it, but I do add all the foods that I eat, pictures of them. I do have pictures of me really big and more recent pictures, and then you could see it. Oh, I went to Sam's today. Of course, the video is probably going to be all over the place. I am technically a blonde, even though I dye my hair hot pink and red. So I get scattered and all over the place sometimes. But I went to Sam's Warehouse. And I used to buy this all the time. But it has Splenda in it. Hopefully I did not already discuss this, because this is my third time trying to record this. People keep calling and messing up my videos because I keep forgetting to put do not disturb on. But as a lot of y'all may know or may not, Splenda raises your sugar even worse than sugar does sometimes. Especially for anyone who's insulin resistant, your body don't know how to process Splenda for some reason. Now today, their new sugar-free no longer has Splenda. It's Circulus, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Circulus, I don't know. I suck. But it's sugar-free, and it's got the sugar that, at least for me, when I've tested it, it never raises my sugar. Like, I drink it in those sparkling ice waters. Like, I'm addicted to those things. And they do not affect my sugar or my weight loss. So I'm very excited about that. Also, every morning when I wake up, I have myself a coffee with Perfect Keto collagen powder, the chocolate one. 1 scoop with 1 sweet and low. Yes, anyone can complain about me doing sweet and low, but I have not learned to deal with stevia all the way yet. I mean, when I first started, it was 3 sweet and lows in there to try to bat the taste, so I'm getting better at 1 sweet and low. And of course, I do put 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream because I like it creamy. And that's my morning breakfast every morning, around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Then lunch, all I do is grab myself another coffee, but instead of using that, I put 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 2 sweet and lows. Well, today I didn't have to because I did 1 tablespoon of this stuff. So, that's what I do for my lunch. If I happen to be crazy hungry, I'll grab some berries, and I always weigh everything out. Because ever since the issue with getting stuck, nothing goes in this mouth without getting put in that carb manager and weighed out. And then at 5 is when I normally eat dinner. Which will be, say if I had cod, like last night I ate cod, and I had about 9 ounces of cod that I air fried with Cajun seasoning, and Kerrygold butter melted all over it. And it's actually amazing. I don't like bread on my fish, so I'm not missing out like other people might be saying, but where's the breading? I guess you could use some coconut, make some coconut, floured or almond floured breading, but yeah, I don't like breading on my fish anyways. And then I do a lot of grilled chicken. I have an indoor grill and an outdoor one, and I do it different ways. A lot of times I do use Cajun. My new favorite thing to do is put some olive oil on a plate and beat flat almost a boneless, skinless chicken breast. And yes, I know, usually you want the fat. But on the journey part of my keto journey, I don't add the extra fats all over the place. I am adding it with the olive oil without the skin and without the dirt meat. So I beat it down. I put in the olive oil, also on that plate, For each side, it's going to get 1 ounce of fresh Parmesan cheese. So I sprinkle it all over the plate with a bunch of Italian seasoning, and I do it on both sides. It almost looks like breading. And when you put it in that air fryer and you fry it up and pull it out, it is just like a breading. And then sometimes I will take and make a little marinara sauce, or fry up some mushrooms, or sometimes I make it like a pizza on top, or I just eat it plain like that. I'm not a big, huge vegetable fan in the first place. So when it comes to sides, I might have 3 ounces of green beans, which is usually a no-no. A lot of people say because it's a bean, but if you're measuring it out and it is in your macros and it does not hurt you, why not eat it? I would eat those flour tortilla shells that are low carb if I could, but the wheat hurts me. It stalls me out. It makes me hold weight. I have an issue with wheat already, so I can't eat it. But if I could, I would. And I did in the beginning, but I can't no more. At least right now I can't. And I just get a little creative. Like, I use the whole beat up chicken with that stuff on it as a shell for my pizza, because I don't have to have the crispy part of a pizza. And yes, a lot of people will say it's not good keto and it's not clean and strict. However, I use the Walmart brand of pizza sauce and I put it on there and I measure it out, because my rule is, if it's in your macros and it doesn't make you sick or hurt you, then why not eat it? Why restrict yourself to this group of smallness when, if you really want something and it doesn't affect you and it's in your macros, then it's not cheating. It's not hurting yourself. I have nothing against lazy keto. I have nothing against dirty keto or clean keto. I believe as long as you stay in your carb limit, and you might be a person who gets to do net carbs, which I was in the beginning, and I hope I will be one day again, because you get way more variety than you do when you have to go total carbs. Like last night with my fish, I had some strawberry raspberries and blackberries, and I had to weigh them out. Because the broccoli I have here, unfortunately, for some reason, seems to be very high in carbs. Total or not total, like total or net, they're still way too high. Net carbs are at 12 for some reason, and then the total carbs were almost 20. And I'm like, forget it. I don't know what's hiding in here. I don't know what they did to the broccoli, but I'm not going to use this frozen broccoli. I do use frozen cauliflower. I make loaded cauliflower a lot, but I only use a 1/4 cup for me when I eat it, because I'm also tracking calories. So that's why you will not see me eat a bunch of eggs. You will not see me eating tons of cheese, because I am on the calorie part right now. And maybe it's because I've lost so much weight, my body's just saying, no more. But unfortunately, I have to count calories. I have to count total carbs. I have to exercise. But I've heard from tons of people that they don't. I've watched tons of videos, and yes, in the beginning, 100 and something pounds, I didn't have to do any of that at all, but I do now, and it's okay, because I'm gonna get to my goal. That's all that matters, to be healthy. And I am, because in the beginning I couldn't stand more than 10 minutes without falling and usually hitting my head, and it was pretty embarrassing because I'd be out in public all the time. I had severe nerve damage that a neurologist told me would never be fixed. It's impossible, and that I need to be on narcotics. Well, I don't take narcotics. The highest thing I've ever taken is the ibuprofen. Never anything else, and never will I. And that's mostly because I'm allergic. I'm not saying if you need those things and your doctor's given to you and you're taking them properly, I'm not saying I look down on you or you're a bad person. But with my allergies, I'm allergic to 99% of all medications in the world. So I decided that I was going to prove him wrong. My heart doctor in April 2017 told me I was on my way to congestive heart failure. Even though at that point I had been doing the low sodium diet and trying my best to lose weight, and I had already lost 38 pounds, and but that scared me. And then I told my diabetes doctor, I'm gonna do the keto diet. He said, okay, maybe for a week or two, but it's not sustainable. Nobody can live off only 20 carbs a day. It's just not possible. And last month, he walked into the doctor's office and walked back out. He thought he walked into the wrong room. He hadn't seen me in over 6 months. And he had already seen a huge weight loss, but I had just lost 70 more pounds. And he could not believe it. He's actually on his way back to college. He's going to get another degree in internal medicine because he wants to help his patients more. It's going to take about 2 years. And he set up a future appointment in 2 years because he wants to see if I can maintain the weight loss and maintain all my lab work being good. I did just get labs done yesterday. I'm waiting for the results. 6 months ago, they were amazing. My cholesterol was still low, as always, though I've never had a problem with that. But my good cholesterol finally started to rise because it was always way too low. Everything has always been fine with all my lab work since I started keto. Of course, I've done hardcore total keto since February, so I just want to see if anything's changed since November, and I will totally let y'all know on another video as soon as I get the results. But yeah, he will start giving his patients the keto diet. He said if I can prove to him that it is sustainable over long term and that it doesn't hurt me medically, and so far it hasn't. I only have to see a heart doctor once a year just because I have heart palpitations. But I haven't had a heart palpitation in over a year. And I don't see a diabetes doctor anymore. No more diabetes doctor. They're gone. No more neurologists. No more rheumatologists because I was testing positive. I had the antibodies in me for like 5 different autoimmune diseases. Of course, I do have fibromyalgia. That's not going anywhere, but the pain has lessened and I can finally sleep. That has changed. But they thought I was having lupus, but now I test negative. I don't have the antibodies in my system anymore. So I don't see my rheumatologist anymore. I'm down to my primary care doctor that I see once a year unless I'm sick or need refills. My woman doctor, which I see once a year. I do have a breast cancer doctor at UNC because they did find something a year ago and they've been watching it. They tried to biopsy. It's too far back. They can't. However, in February, I went back in and was told that it has shrunk. Whatever it is has shrunk drastically. So I'm not so worried about that, but I do go every 6 months for them to monitor it. Then, that's it. That's all my doctors now. And I had a huge list of doctors and so much wrong with me. But keto has really improved my life. I went from sitting in a chair every day, feeling like the world was ugly and I was this fat thing, playing video games where I lived a life through avatars so that no one could see the real me, to, yes, I still play my video games, but I think I'm prettier in real life now than I am in the video game. I don't feel trapped. I find beauty in the different colors of the trees now when I used to not. The keto diet has completely changed my life. And this has just been a video with me probably rambling, driving y'all crazy. I will explain it, each area of keto, in depth in other videos. This is more like me just trying to become friends with the camera. But I'm gonna say goodbye right now. And as I said, nothing will be edited. I know how to insert an intro, but that's all I know how to do so far. And I will be making more videos, shorter videos, when staying on topic and not all over the place, hopefully. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good day and keto on.